welcome to the channel The Power of Your Mind, and my name is Veronica, and today I want to talk about the topic mindset and how to generate wealth and why the wealth depends on the mindset. And this is true, and it's a proven fact also, which I have tested on myself personally along the years. You see, when we all are in an emotional phase in our life, when we are facing or enduring so many difficulties, like if we are experiencing a divorce, or if we have had a breakup in a relationship, or when you are living, for example, in a toxic environment that's affecting very deeply the quality of your mindset. But it depends also how strong you are and how far are you aware of what do you allow and what you don't allow. So how far the people that are surrounding you can affect your emotions, your way of thinking, and your behavior. So let's get started. I am very excited. Are you? And along the years, many years ago, when I have not studied yet neurolinguistical psychology, when I was just getting started and improving even, the way of thinking, when I was just learning how to manage my emotions, how to react and to handle various situations in my life with all the people around me, including very serious deals in my business. Because at this moment, I am running a global organization called Elite Global Leadership Club that I have created about 2.5 years ago. And now I do understand why my life evolved the way it has been evolved, because it was necessary, it was required actually from me to go through a profound transformation. You see, and to acquire wisdom, because without wisdom, without feeling the pain, we are not able to learn to appreciate the life and everything what we are getting. Make notes, please, because this is extremely important and very transformative. Once you will break down and you will feel the pain, you will see, the how vulnerable you are. When you will feel that very profoundly, then only at that moment you will understand what is the price of this, what does it cost to you, to be there, to be very down, to be miserable, let's say the truth, because when you don't break through, you feel very miserable, you feel lots of pain. Maybe you are blaming also the people around you, but that's not the case, because only we are responsible for everything, or consciously or unconsciously. And we have to admit it, because the faster you admit it, the faster you'll break through. And in order to break through, you need to master your mind. You need to even to educate yourself and to master your behavior, the way how do you react towards the people, the way how do you handle certain situations in your life. I do remember that I was very young at that time, and I was frequenting a global organization called at that time ACN, specialized in network marketing, where I have been active for 10 years, and where I discovered the business world, where I got all the mentoring, coaching, And it all started when I was only 25 years. So you can imagine I was still a very young girl. And I feel very, very, very blessed because all those trainings later on, I could benefit from them, and really very, very much. All this knowledge, all the wisdom that I have gained along those 10 years, they have served me as the catalyst of transformation, of my vision, of my mission, of my life. Plus, it has contributed that era in during so the multi-level marketing to the current transformation as well, because the more we elevate and move forward, the more we grow. So, and everything happens step by step. So if you expect that everything will happen like a miracle, no, everything takes time, and it depends a lot of your perception. It depends also very much of how seriously are you with yourself, how much also do you love yourself, and if you are in the healing period, focus yourself to heal and to be productive. Extremely important, because I know, based on my professional experience, but also with people whom I was collaborating together, that very often people are focusing themselves on wrong things, and because of that, so they are losing a lot of time. So don't waste your time living in the past, for example, because that's wrong. So the time never comes back. That's what you have to understand. Once the time is wasted, it's wasted. You cannot go back. And the time doesn't wait for no one. So just get up, create a daily routine. It's all, a matter of mindset. Create a daily routine for yourself. What are your priorities, and also what are your weaknesses and strengths? What have you to work at? What do you have to improve? Surround yourself with the necessary people that can uplift you, and do admit what you don't know and learn from the best people that are ready to elevate you. Extremely important. So acceptance, that's the first step towards transformation and wealth. When you do accept that you are wrong, and also when you do accept that you have to take action, and when you accept the people that are contributing through their knowledge and wisdom. So do accept, first of all, to be helped, because I know many people do have this pattern of rejecting. If you are dealing with this pattern, become aware of it. You might say, I know. You never know what you know. The most important is that what you know, you are really implementing into it to improve the quality of your life, or that you are implementing it to generate wealth. So ask yourself, are you really doing this? Or are you still struggling, with various patterns like procrastination, and maybe living in the past, feeling still so much pain and not letting it go? That's the hardest one for most of the people in the world. And if you do feel pain because of a breakup in a relationship, or maybe if you have lost something because of your own fault, that you weren't aware of it, just forgive yourself, give yourself some love, treat yourself very well, and be open-minded to learn what you don't know, what you have actually have not learned. It's never too late to learn it in order to move forward. So awareness, that's the next step, guys, because awareness, ask yourself, when have you had so the last moment that you got an awakening moment? That's the awareness moment that you have realized, you know, what you have missed, for example, in your life, or maybe you have missed an opportunity. And I was struggling very, very much in the past because of my ego, that I thought, you know, that I have everything, that I don't need anything, that I do have also very much knowledge when I was much younger, which is wrong, which is absolutely wrong. So pay attention at the patterns, you know, that are holding you back, or maybe that are really blocking you unconsciously. So you see, it's all a matter of awareness and mindset, understanding what is holding you back and what is even blocking you of taking action. So when you, from the moment that you understand what is really blocking you, it will happen a breakthrough, a real awakening moment. This is called the awakening moment, when you understand and when you open your mind up to changement, and when you are ready to learn in order to transform, to change your life, because you understand that without learning you cannot move forward, or without having that moment of awareness, even of your behavior, or maybe even you know, of some patterns in your way of thinking, or even some emotional blockages that are even blocking your energies. So you have to uh, get that moment of realization, understanding what is going on in the reality with you, and on what level, psychologically, emotionally. And you know, even the emotional blockages, they are also blocking your finances, your financial growth. I know you might be wondering, how is this possible? Because when you are not able to manage your emotions, and especially to recognize that emotion, it might be grief, it might be anger, it might be whatever it is. But when you don't let go, you know, and when you don't accept a certain situation, you will lose, because that's gonna block you, not the other person. You might not be willing talking to the person, but at least take a piece of paper and write down and ask for forgiveness. And also write down, I am forgiving you, and then burn it out, that paper, you know. And from the moment that you have asked for forgiveness and you'll really let it go, it will liberate you. You will feel a real relief, you know, like an enlightening of your mind and soul. And it will feel much, much lighter, because I have been there. Every single human being, so it's going through all these moments. It's human. So it's human and it's natural. It happens by default to everyone. But again, so if you have the necessary skills and you know how to deal with certain situations, you can also avoid these type of situations. So mastering your mind and understanding yourself, understanding your emotions, your psychological state as well, the way you react will totally change your life, but as well your perspective, and even to build up relationships. But if you really want to break through, then you have really to master your mind and your perception. You know, there is a proverb which I am using all the time, and I am saying that there is only a single step from breakdown to breakthrough, and this is true. Because if you really want to break through, first you have to break down, to feel the pain, to feel miserable, in order to understand and to appreciate, the people around you, to appreciate yourself too, to value so your personality, and also to become aware of your values, of your core values. So think a little bit about what are your core values, what are the priorities for you in your life, what is really important at this moment, what really matters to you at this moment that you would like to change, and how would you like to change. And to give you an example about real transformation is just imagine a certain situation, a bad one, I mean, that it's really bothering you at this moment, and think about what do you really need to do in order to change that situation. What is the next step that is required from you in order to move forward? That's first. And secondly, think, so what type of environment would you need in order to grow? And what is the main factor, that you arrived in a such situation feeling maybe miserable, or feeling so much pain, or even feeling very, very frustrated. Very often there is a reaction and interaction, yes, so where there are two parties. And when you think from your perspective, that you might be right, you have also to think about the person who was in front of you. And how can you solve a certain problem is just discussing, talking about it. Because if you don't handle the problem, if you are not discussing it, it will keep you stuck. And feeling stuck, it's blocking your emotions. So you are not allowing yourself to move forward. And this is just an example. But to really break through from a certain situation, and also to break through financially, learn to be open-minded and to change the things, to take action. Action takers, they are getting rewarded all the time. Yeah, so become an action taker. And the next step is master the discipline within you. Yeah, consistency, also master the consistency. If you are in such phase of your life, when you are really struggling to master the consistency, create an agenda and learn to manage your time. You see how many categories there are in mastering of your mind in order to create wealth. So if you are still not wealthy, there must be a reason for that. And there are always few blockages within you that they are really blocking you. And when you will identify these blockages like that I nominated in this video, then everything is gonna change. No, obviously not by default, but accordingly your behavior and your actions and consistency. So thank you for being with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get informed and updated regarding the next video, and see you very soon. Bye. Take care.